Hi students, welcome to my world. I am Satish, creator Satish Leo channel to make engineering in easy way, not to make students to study simply for mark purpose. Okay? In the previous class we already discussed about the resistor. We got one problem when studied about resistor, that is resistor cannot use it to store energy, but we want some device to store energy. Is there any solution? Yes, that is capacitor and insulators. Let's study about the capacitor. Capacitor stores energy in the form of electrostatic field, but students, you have to got some idea how capacitor stores energy and how this idea came. We have to study why, what, and how. Then only you can understand or gain knowledge more easily. Simply reading what is the book is not good. Okay, let's find out why this idea came, how capacitor can be used to store energy. Let's go. The earliest form of capacitor were created in the 1970s when European Peter I discovered that electric charge could be stored in water filled with the glass jars that came to be known as Lacey jars. Means in 1970s, Peterson, Peter I, has used a glass jar in which he filled water. Then he found out that electric charge can be stored in it. He also made another. Later, another scientist came, who is that Benjamin Franklin uses leaden jars to store energy from lightning. Lightning means thunders, but how? He used through his famous kite flying experiment. He proved that light was electricity. But you have understand that how the idea came. But how capacitor can make to store energy? Is it any construction we have to change to make or to construct capacitor to store energy? Let's check it. We know that capacitors are simply two metal plates separated by a dielectric distance with dielectric material in between them. This is the capacitor which have two plates and separated by a air or dielectric material. But why dielectric material? It is used to increase capacitance. When negative potential is given to one plate and positive potential to another plate, there is a accumulation of electrons on the negative after removing the source. Means if you given a battery supply, that is negative terminal to one plate and positive terminal to another plate, electrons that are negative will accommodate in this plate, and the protons which due to the excess of electrons on one plate it becomes negative, and deficiency of the electron on another plate it becomes positive. Then when one thing you have to remember always, one thing you should remember, that when source applied, the plate which gets more electron becomes negative and other plate becomes positive. After removing source, electrons on the negative plate finds no path to travel to the positive plate, because electrons always travel from negative terminal to positive terminal. So that's why electrons also cease to move to the positive terminal, but due to the dielectric material between them they cannot flow. Okay, hence in this way electron accumulates on the negative plate, which is known to be energy stored in the capacitor in the form of electrostatic field. This is the important we have to understand. Capacitor stores energy in the form of electrostatic field only. Why static field? Because capacitors does not move from here. They are constant. They will settle in this area only until we connect capacitor to another circuit. So this means electrostatic means fixed. They are cannot move. Have you asked your teacher why capacitor units is in Faradays? I think somewhat you know. Let me remember again. Okay. Years later, English chemist Michael Faraday, who pioneered the means discovered the first practical application for the capacitor in trying to store unused electrons from its experiment. So he practically explained how electrons are stored in capacitor. Faraday's progress with capacitor is what eventually enabled us to deliver power over great distance. Due to this understanding much, we developed the capacitors a lot. So what we are doing about useful work by the capacitors all are hard work of the Faradays. As a result of Faraday's achievement in the field of electricity, the unit of measurement for capacitance or capacitor given Faraday. Okay. Have you asked yourself why capacitor does not allow sudden change in voltage? You know that capacitor does not allow sudden change in voltage, but why? So we have to question everything which until we find answers. Simply I will tell that we have to investigate the subject to find out why, what and how. Okay. Next, for voltage of a capacitor to change suddenly, an impulse current would have to flow. Means we can make voltage in the capacitor to suddenly change, but what we require is impulse current. But there is an impulse current. Let's find out. Since it is the only way, the number of charges on the plates of the capacitor are discontinuous across the time instant. Means with the help of using instant current, we can allow sudden change in the capacitor. Okay. And with the help of instant impulse current, we also require zero resistance. Okay. What I am telling is that capacitor can allow sudden change in voltage if only it have impulse current along with zero resistance. But we have got some problem. Why we have got some problem? But in the real world there is no zero resistance. There is always some resistance. Okay, we have already know there is no device in this universe without zero resistance. And also charging and discharging depends on time constant. Oh, we have when doing any work we require some time. Okay, hence voltage in the real capacitor does not change instantaneously, means suddenly in a sharp time. Okay, have you understand why capacitor does not allow sudden change? It can allow sudden change only if we have impulse current and zero resistance. But in practical, it was not possible to have impulse current with zero resistance and with zero time constant. Let's move into another question. I thought you get answer to the previous question, but I think you came out with another doubt. That is, if capacitor does not allow sudden change in the voltage, will it allow sudden change in the current? Let's find out. We know the inductor does not allow sudden change in current. Will it allow sudden change in voltage? Means inductors capacitors are opposite. Capacitor does not allow sudden change in voltage. Inductor does not allow sudden change in current. If conductor will allow sudden change in voltage or capacitor will allow sudden change in current. Let's solve the another question. We have to boom like a bulb. In capacitor, also there is some series inductance. Remember carefully, in capacitor also we have some series inductance, and inductor also we have some parallel capacitance in parallel circuits. These parameters are distributed parameters because they are naturally present in the circuit. If you take any conductor, there are some resistance. So in this way, capacitor also have some inductance and capacitance, and inductor also have some capacitance and inductance. So capacitor does not allow sudden change in the current up to some extent, and inductor also does not allow sudden change in voltage up to some extent. Okay, the opposing to the source of storage of energy in a capacitor called as reactance. It is important because the resistance means it opposes the flow of current. So in this way, the opposition to the storage of energy in a capacitor or inductor is called reactance. It is just like resistance. Okay, students? So students, subscribe my channel, like it and comment below so that I can make more videos like this. The main aim of this channel is to make students not study about marks to gain knowledge, because we have to simply study for 4 years and we are not getting any knowledge. We are all are wasting our time a lot. So I made this channel to make engineering students to learn why, what and how. So that's why the education system may be changed. Thank you for watching my videos.